Hello and welcome to Byte Size Tech. I'm your host Rogue, and today a word from our sponsor Crypto.com, home of the Visa card that pays up to 8% in rewards and the app that pays you up to 14% annually on your crypto stake. Join more than 10 million users on the world's fastest growing crypto app as you trade with confidence on the world's fastest and most secure crypto exchange. Tech has more information and a special sign up offer at the end of this video.
I would like to share my thoughts with you regarding CPUs and the user experience. This is not in response to anybody's specific question. This is just sort of part of the general conversation we were having during this live stream. And I thought, you know what? I've had a bunch of system update experience in the past couple of weeks. We've been rearranging the computers in the office since our video editor and Muse left. And I've reinstalled Windows on a couple of machines. I've moved some machines around, changed the RAM configuration, taken some apart to sell the parts. So we've been redoing things. I reinstalled Windows from scratch for the first time in years on my FX 8300.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
How'd that go?
Hot, stinking trash. Holy crap.
No Tim Tams for the FX.
Oh my God, that was awful. And then I installed all the drivers. And what's weird is I've got an NVIDIA video card in there, and I saw something I never see when I install NVIDIA drivers, because normally it goes so fast, it says installing graphics card, and then it blips really fast, and there's a couple of other things that show up, and then it says install complete. On almost any reasonably modern machine, it goes so quickly you can't see everything.
Don't blink.
It was so slow, I could actually see it installing the physics software and the HD audio driver.
Oh, wow.
And there were several other steps that I normally miss. And I'm watching it going, holy smokes. Now, for those of you watching who have an FX chip, okay, it's a user experience, and if it's all you've got and use it, it's fine. Look, an FX 8300 beats the heck out of no computer at all. So I'm not saying that it's not usable. I'm not saying it's non-functional. I'm saying that compared to anything that isn't an FX, is a better CPU. Well, except maybe a Core 2 Duo. But seriously, it was truly awful. But then I went over, we recently replaced the i7 4790K that Rogue was using at her desk here at the office with an i7 10700. In fact, it was the i7 10700 we built on a live stream recently. Yep. I say recently, a few months ago. It was the one that we put.
For you.
We put that into the orange Be Quiet case.
Uh-huh.
Now, that particular machine is definitely nice. It has 64 gigs of RAM and an 8-core, 16-thread, 4.6 gigahertz CPU. Now, it's not a K chip. It's a lock chip, but it is on a ASUS Prime Z490 board. So 64 gigs of RAM, Z490 motherboard, very nice video card, nice SSDs, premium boot drive, the whole 9 yards. So I went and I cleaned up her old system. And I'm sitting there going through Windows Update, and I'm installing the drivers. And now a 4790K is 4 cores, 8 threads. It's a great chip, beats the snot out of the FX. I mean, between that and the FX chip, there's no comparison. But I'm sitting there going through it, and having just been on the FX, but also having just been on the i7, I'm like, this is better than the FX, but it's not as good as I remember. The world of software has moved on, and for anybody still on an i7 4790K, yes, it's still perfectly functional. Yes, if it's all you've got and it's what you've got, then use it, it's great. But if you think that there has not been any improvements in processors in the past few years, you have been horribly misinformed. The difference between the i7 10700 non-K chip and an i7 4790K is blatantly obvious. If you don't notice the difference, you probably don't even need to own a computer because you don't do anything at all. I mean, really, we're just talking running Windows Update, installing the NVIDIA drivers, installing a few programs, letting
game updates,
a couple of game updates, reboots, nothing overly, running a couple of programs, but nothing overly major. And it was good. And I've got a great SSD in there. I've got a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD because it's on a very nice Z490, a Z97 board. It's the refresh. So it's got an NVMe SSD. It has 32 gigs of DDR3. DDR3 was still current. DDR3 2400. So it's got lots of RAM. It's not like it's crippled because it's older. I mean,
It's just slow.
the CPU is legit slow. Then I went over to the one of the other computers we have in one of our other rooms, and it has a Ryzen 5 3600. 6 cores, 12 threads. Now that's a nice CPU. Installing drivers, running Windows Update, pretty nice. Better than the 4790K, not as good as the 10700. When you spend 3 or 4 days and you do multiple machines back to back, it really solidifies what is good and what isn't. Mind you, all of those machines except the FX have NVMe drives in them. All of them have at least 32 gigs of RAM except the FX because for a variety of reasons, but it doesn't. So I'm going through this process and I'm thinking, this isn't anything you could ever put into benchmarks.
Nope.
We get all the time. How much do we get people saying? But the benchmarks.
Yeah, all the time.
I saw a post the other day from somebody who had bought an RTX 3090 and they were running it on their i7 2600K Sandy Bridge from 2011. Overclocked to like 4.7 gigahertz. And their argument is they've got an i7 at 4.7 and the new ones aren't really any faster, and so there's no reason to upgrade. $2,000 video card on a Sandy Bridge. And I'm just thinking, here's somebody who says that out of utter and complete ignorance. I'm not even calling him stupid. He just doesn't know any better. There's no possible way somebody could have that level graphics card and think a 2600K is just as good as modern CPUs. I mean, that's utterly absurd. It's not.
That's like saying...
I own one, I know.
I didn't even know what that...
You don't even know. It's silly. So after using the Ryzen 5 3600, I went to the MSI Ryzen 9 3900X that we built, that you ended up not using for a variety of reasons, that we built, the big red one in that big, huge, heavy case.
The MSI case, the
big red.
The big red.
And you wouldn't think there's a huge difference between 3600 and 3900X. They're both Zen 2. Clock speed's a little higher. The 3900X is a couple hundred megahertz higher. Windows Update.
Yep.
Driver update. Game updates. Running a few programs.
Yep.
Not the end of the world. But back to back, you notice the difference. It's there. It's sort of like if you've never had air conditioning, you don't know what you're missing.
Or driving around on flat tires. It goes just not so good.
Using all these computers and updating them and playing with them, it's just interesting to see where we've been and how everything is running. I made sure we updated the streaming computer. The computer we use to actually stream and record these things here is a Ryzen 7 2700X. And the interesting thing is the first gen Ryzens definitely have a latency and a lag to them that the second gen Ryzens don't. Even though they're both basically the same, they work on the same boards. Zen Plus is 12 nanometer, Zen 1 is 14 nanometer. A 1700X has a sluggishness to it that a 2700X does not.
No.
I feel zero need to upgrade that computer.
Nope.
And if anybody watching has a 2700X, I'd be really inclined to keep it, unless you have a RTX 3090, in which case you're an uber high-end person. You should be on something better. But I think most people, 2700X, keep. Older, upgrade. 4790K was amazing in its day. That day was not today. FX? The only people who should still be running in FX in 2021 are people who, quite frankly, respectfully, have no money.
But that's why consoles exist. If they want a game.
An Xbox, Best Buy, right now, as we're recording this, has the Xbox Series S in stock for $299.
$299?
The X for $499 is out of stock, and the PlayStation 5 is out of stock. But the add to cart button, it is available, and it's been available all day. I checked this morning, and I checked before we went live. The Xbox Series S has been in stock all day. For $299, if you want to play games and you have an FX 8300, go buy an Xbox. Because, I mean, that's the deal. If you have no money, that's where the deals are.
It is.
And those consoles are great. Yes, I know, hashtag PC Master Race. How dare I suggest consoles? I love PCs. I love gaming on PCs. I'm not a console-heavy gamer. But I respect that if you just, I mean, with the price of all the parts these days, it's expensive to put together a gaming PC.
Yes, it is.
Even the pre-builts, if a modest, like a 3090 video card, you're still looking at $1,200. Mm-hmm. And that's before you've added any RAM or storage or a monitor. And, you know, how hard would it be to take that $1,200 computer? Well, that $1,200 computer has an i5-10400, so it's 6 cores, 12 threads with 16 gigs of RAM, an RTX 3060, a 512 gig SSD, not enough storage, not enough RAM, limited CPU, no monitor.
Oh, you could get that up to $4,000 easy with upgrading everything.
$2,000 would be like not even trying hard, just breathing. You're $2,000. And that's what makes the Xbox Series S for $299 such a deal.
Exactly.
Again, I know heresy for saying that, but...
Well, you got to look at the reality.
If you don't have a lot of money, that's a deal. That's a gaming deal. Computers. User experience. There's so much more to it. Well, how much do you... Because we just changed it. You did, what, that 2 days ago? You changed out your computer from a 4790K to a 10700?
Yep.
Yep,
everything.
But you're not like doing 4K video editing on it.
Nope.
You're not playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Nope.
What are you doing that could possibly show, on a scale of 1 to 10, on noticeability, how big is the jump from your old 4790K to a 10700?
11.
That much?
Oh, it loads faster, things update faster. I mean, there's all good stuff in it. So it works. I don't have to wait for it. I had to wait for the i7 4790K.
But what are you doing that is so demanding that makes 8 cores that big of a deal?
I'm using my damn computer and multitasking is what I'm doing.
But what AAA unoptimized game are you running? I'm making a point to the audience.
I know you are.
None.
None.
Have you played World of Warships on that yet?
No, I haven't yet.
So you haven't even done that yet. I want you to do that so you can be like...
No, I haven't done that.
Whee! I can't do it like you.
What? So my results screen can come up before yours. First.
Do you have anything else to add about all this user experience stuff?
No, apart from just you got to get out there and you got to use your computer. It's all about user experience. It's all about use case.
If your computer is older than 3 years old, older than 2018, 2017, 2016, if you have a 4-core or 6-core chip, if you have a first-gen Ryzen, if you have an FX, if you have a 7th-gen or older Intel,
it's time. Well,
upgrading makes a difference.
Well, and the fact that Windows 11 won't work
on half of that anyway.
What, you have to have an 8th gen or beyond?
At the moment, that's subject to change. But yeah, at the moment...
I mean, it's good until 2025 at least. So another, what, four years?
i7 8700K or Ryzen 7 2700X. The first-gen Ryzens and the 7th-gen Intels aren't on the list at the moment. We'll see if they change that.
It might change, it might not.
Let us know in the comments below what CPU you're running, what upgrades you've done, and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 what your WoW experience was. Was it just a whimper of an upgrade, or was it a
turn it up to 11?
Yeah, did it turn it up to 11 for you?
We need it. We need a t-shirt. Turn it up to 11. There we go. I'll work on that for y'all.
How many of you have a Visa card that pays you up to 8% on every purchase? Crypto.com offers an amazing deal on their Visa card with cashback that is an unbeatable deal. No annual fee, no sign-up fee, no credit checks, no interest payments. It works just like a prepaid debit card, allowing you to spend your money anywhere Visa is accepted. But wait, there's more! Get your Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon Prime subscriptions 100% paid for by Crypto.com. You heard me right. Use your new Crypto Visa card to pay for your subscriptions and get 100% back in rewards. Earning 8% on your new Visa card is awesome, but how would you like to earn up to 14% interest on your crypto holdings? If you're holding crypto for investment, inflation protection, or price speculation, it can be frustrating to feel like your money is just parked. Yes, you really can earn up to 14% annual interest on your crypto, paid weekly directly to your account to spend however you like. The interest is paid in the same token that you're holding. So if you have Bitcoin staked, you earn Bitcoin. If you have Ethereum staked, you earn Ethereum, and so on. Flexible terms are offered, including zero lock, so you can withdraw your crypto anytime you like without restrictions. Or you can hold for 1 or 3 month terms for a higher rate of return. Of course, you can buy, sell, and exchange 100 plus cryptocurrencies with 20 plus fiat currencies using bank transfers or your credit and debit card at true cost. Crypto.com is first and foremost a crypto exchange. There is so much more to explore. I have barely scratched the surface. DeFi features including a private wallet with full control of your private keys, margin and derivatives trading options for advanced traders, crypto credit allows you to borrow against your holdings with no deadlines or credit checks, crypto NFTs allows you to explore the new world of non-fungible tokens, crypto pay allows you to pay any merchant with crypto and you earn up to 10% back in rewards, and that's not even everything they have to offer. If you're looking for the place to be in crypto, use our link in the video description below to sign up today. You'll get a $25 crypto sign up bonus and 30 days of 0% transaction fees on credit and debit card purchases of crypto. It supports the channel and it gets you a great offer to get started in the world of crypto.